Happy New Year, kind of. I mean, it's 8 days past, but, I haven't been here since then, and I hope everyone, is having a good year. Hi, my name's Conception. We're going to be having an episode of Awfully Silly tonight. We got an excellent list of games, as you can see over here on the screen. We're gonna be kicking it off with some Punisher action, followed by some Batman action, and ending with some Crow action, and these are some games. These are some games of all time for sure. I'm excited to dive into them. Before we get going, just want to remind everyone of a few announcements. Of course, if you're here, you're probably familiar with Awesome Games Done Quick. Maybe you've heard of it. Well, good news for you is that Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 starts this weekend. That's right, less than a week away. Sunday, January 14th, the event begins. Come on by and watch a week of runs broadcast live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, benefiting the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And might I suggest checking out the Awful Block on the early Thursday morning if you are able to, because there are some real gems there, some real gems. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about our hotfix content, though, feel free to come on over to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to take a look at our shows and check out the schedule of events, especially leading right up to AGDQ. We're going to not be having any hotfix content during that week, obviously, so it'll be good for you to keep an eye on the schedule to see when your hotfix content will resume after AGDQ is over. And lastly, you can join us on February 17th and 18th for a celebration of Black speedrunning talent and Black joy, because Unapologetically Black and Fast is back. Submissions are now open for UBAF through January 9th. That's tomorrow. So we're going to be approaching that deadline really quick. If you're interested, you can use the command !UBAF in the chat to get some more information on that. All right. Now, without further ado, yes, we are diving into some silly, awful superhero adjacent games. I say adjacent because I don't know if the Crow is really a hero, and Punisher's kind of like an anti-hero, but we're going to be getting into some superhero related action, and we're going to be kicking it off with the Punisher for Sega Genesis, and it's going to be run by Faust4712. Go ahead and take it away.
Hello, everyone out there in the digital sphere of the Games Done Quick world. It's me, Faust4712. You guys may know me. I've done a few of these silly, awful superhero games many a times. I just got done doing Batman Forever at SGDQ for the Sega Genesis, and now I'm going to show you guys the Punisher for Awfully Silly. This, actually, fun fact, is like the third game I ever learned to speedrun. So,
wow.
When I first started speedrunning this, there was only an easy category, and the easy category is like the first 3 stages of the game. So it was like a 7-minute run, and then I just decided to do full-on hard and normal. And as of last year, I recently completed the expert difficulty, which, if anyone's ever played this game, you know that is not an easy feat.
Congratulations. Yeah,
Thank you.
These shmups are difficult, especially in this era. So that must have been an undertaking. Yeah.
Yep, you guys know the deal. It's a typical beat 'em up of the era. It was an arcade game first, ported to Sega Genesis. It's actually not that bad once you get the hang of it, as we were kind of mulling around in the chat. Usually bad games like this are really good speed runs. So if you like what you see, feel free to reach out and I will show you any sort of information I still may retain about this game. I'm going to just quickly do a hard reset and then start it back up. Oh, Graham. To be frank, yes, it is the Genesis version. This is, I believe, the only port I know of. I don't think this was on the Super Nintendo. But it's a little more censored than the arcade version, and it's kind of in the same difficulty realm. I almost want to say that this is a lot more difficult than the arcade one, but I might be biased. Alright, so we're going to play as Nick Fury. He actually has a wider hitbox on his forward attack. He kind of does a little bit more damage, but... Alright, so Timer will begin when I hit start on player select. So I will give a countdown, and yeah, let's get this going. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, so there might be points where I just don't talk because this game kind of sucks your focus for some reason, as you guys will soon see. But for the most part, I'm just going to try and take out enemies in a very fast progression. I kind of know where everyone is. Certain attacks do a lot more damage than most. Some don't. You'll see me kind of do certain attacks like a grenade drop if there's too many enemies. And I'll try and explain all that stuff when I'm going through it. But for the most part, just sit back, enjoy. There will be points like this where a little like on-rails shooter part will happen. I might abuse that because if you keep one of the guys alive, you can actually still keep shooting people that normally wouldn't be there. The gun thing would go away once you're done killing anyone who has an actual gun on screen. But I'll use that manipulation later on, and I'll kind of explain it then.
So we were lamenting before in the chat for all you youngins out there who might only know the Sam Jackson Nick Fury. This is old school Nick Fury here.
Oh yeah,
it's a little different. Looks a little different. Might not recognize it if you're too young, but you know, I'm at least of an age that I know.
Yep. This is a drastically different Nick Fury. This was before the Ultimates Nick Fury, which is what the Marvel Cinematic Universe based their Nick Fury on, was the Ultimates version, which was heavily inspired by Sam Jackson. So, all right, so we're on to our first boss. This guy's name is Scully. If you noticed, I tried to keep all my grenades. We're gonna try and hit him with every single one of them, and then it'll be a quick death. But he might do something like that, and he's just being a giant turd.
Scully.
That's okay, we can just do something like this. If you... Come on, come here. Grab me. Come on. Oh, he is just being such a troll. A lot of the bosses like this are very RNG heavy, as you can see, and not in like any sort of like way that they attack. It's just literally all movement based. Like this dude's just like going all over the place. Normally that's a lot faster, but Alright. Okay, moving on. So the whole premise is that Nick Fury and the Punisher are trying to take down this local crime boss named Bruno. Someone they've been after for a hot minute. That's where it begins. And then, as you'll see at the end of this one, there's actually someone else who's after them. Someone that's very familiar of this era, and his name is Wilson Fisk. Anyone who knows what his name is, other than that, that's who
I know what it is, but I won't spoil it. I'm a big old Marvel fanboy, though, so I'm sure somebody else in chat will get it. And if not, I will gladly shout it from the rooftops.
So if you notice, I'm picking up the weapons and trying to utilize them as well. The weapons do a lot of damage, but there's kind of something we figured out with the run, and that's the weapons are also RNG based in the fact that if you pick it up, some of them will stun lock upon hitting the enemy. Other weapons will just straight up knock them back. So it's kind of hard to mitigate. You just gotta take that dice roll and pick up weapons and attack, and if it knocks them back, just kind of jump and throw the weapon at them just so you can get as much damage as you can. But if you get one that stuns them, you can actually stack enemies on top of one another, and then that becomes very detrimental to the run, because then you can just take out whole swaths of enemies real quick. So right now we're going to be at a point where all these dudes are going to come out. You gotta try and not get shot by these machine gunners, because they are bad news. Alright, save these women to get us some health. You know, damsel in distress, that whole bit. So you saw that little like cartwheel kick? That's like a half moon from bottom position up, and that's a good way to kind of deter enemies from getting in your space when you're trying to do something like that. That right there is the forward attack, and as you can see, that one has a large hitbox in comparison to the Punishers, which is kind of very short. This thing right here is the flamethrower. It is dangerous against you and anyone else if you have it. But if the other dudes get you, you will see it does so much damage.
Yeah, wow. They go down like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, and actually the flamethrower dudes are thrown at you a lot, especially the last few levels in Expert, and that was the biggest hurdle I got over, was navigating through them because they're just so aggressive. Right now I'm just trying to line up all these people into this part of the wall, because whenever they hit up against the wall, their animation to get up is faster than if they were to fall on the floor. Alright, so now this guy. I used one grenade earlier. Normally I can just take him out with all 5 grenades, but let's see. Oh, he got me with the laser. You bung. Oh, he's gonna do it to me like that. Alright, well.
Oh.
Alright, there's that. Quick fight, just grenades, but he can sometimes be cheeky and throw a bunch of lasers at you. It's okay, we lost a life. There's going to be a bonus round where if we get all the barrels, we'll get 1 extra life, so that doesn't really matter to me. Alright. Yeah, the shooting stage part, when that comes on, you better mash. If you don't know how to mash, then you might not have a good time with it. I'm back here. Alright, so now I'm going to explain the trick that is going to help us with a lot of the big bosses. If you notice, as soon as he drops down after hitting a full punch combo, I can just walk and pick him back up instantly. I don't know why, it just cancels his animation and it goes right back into the grab animation. And we don't know how it happens. It's probably something they missed in testing, but I take full advantage of it.
Yeah. Telling me they didn't patch this game? No digital downloads for your Genesis?
No. Yeah, no Sega Channel patching for this one. Okay, here's the right guy. I'm back here, Red.
I was gonna say, yeah, so this game came out in the 90s, obviously. These people definitely have the 90s attire. But from that last level, they looked like 1950s mobsters. What era are these people from?
It's kind of a combination of both. I don't know what they were thinking.
Who knows? Whatever the enemies look like, we're here. Yeah, like, look at that car. That car is, like, from the 50s.
We're mobsters. We gotta keep up the aesthetic. Aesthetic. So this little area right here is a safe area. For some reason, I can just sit here and none of the enemies, even if they were to walk up to me, they won't ever come past this like line right there. So I just sit and wait for this whole section to come down. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, here's the mobsters. They're back.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they did. They made a Genesis port. I actually got this for my 6th birthday from a Hollywood Video. They were getting rid of all those Sega Genesis games and making way for the Saturn and PS1. So my parents got this game and Ren and Stimpy's Invention for the really cheap. And that's the other cool thing about this game, is that certain weapons, you can notice they have like a little meter. Try and bring them with you throughout the whole entire section of the game. It'll help you. Ooh, I don't want to lose it though. Alright, so we still got 4 bullets left. It says 4, but...
Jeez, the posture of those enemies there. They get down like they're spiders on the ground.
Yeah, they're ninja chicks. In the arcade version, they are a lot more risque of a look. This one, they dumbed it down, made them a full body suit. In the arcade one, we call them the Bikini Ninjas. Those legs will blow up and hit you. And I pick up the jewelry because the jewelry that those ninjas drop is the only thing that adds time to the timer. One thing I have noticed too is that a lot of these weapons have been very good with their RNG. It's been very stun-locky. So we got a very good seed right now.
All right. Fortuitous. Yeah, the bosses were a little trolly, but like the floor-based enemies, they're all looking pretty good so far. Things are going.
Yeah. All right, here's Bone Crusher. I'm gonna do that. Do more grenades. Another grenade.
Looks like a jacked Doc Brown in a tank.
That's what he is. And then after that, I'm just going to do these kicks. That's about as much as we can do. This guy is very heavy of a hitbox area towards you. But you can just take him out easily like that. Just throw grenades and start throwing dive kicks. You're done. A game can be wonderful and awfully silly.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, here's that bonus stage. We're gonna try and get all these barrels so we can get that extra life back.
Okay, I thought it was before it hit the ground. I was like, oh geez, they come fast. And Genesis controller is not the easiest for point and click, so.
And on Expert, you have to go through 3 waves of that.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. Oof.
Nice, delicious barrel hot dog.
Mm-hmm. Give me that health. Oh no, I'm volleyed. Okay, good. That's like an animated poppy field. Never mind that. We're trying to destroy it anyways. Okay, dogs are bad.
That's right. Nick Fury. Shield says, don't do drugs.
So pretty much, if anyone didn't notice, but the Kingpin is trying to take down Nick Fury and Frank Castle. That was who sent that assassin robot to kill Bruno because they knew we were after Bruno. And right now we're going through all the areas that we know Kingpin occupies and trying to destroy them to be like, oh yeah, you want to do that? Okay. We'll just take it where it hurts you the most in your wallet.
Yeah. I've always liked Kingpin as a villain because Kingpin just touches upon so many different franchises. You know, Daredevil, Spider-Man, Punisher. He's just like ever present. As opposed to villains feel very much like it's in this, you know, Doc Ock's in the Spider-Man universe and doesn't cross over so much, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that about Kingpin a lot too. It's just like a universal Marvel villain.
Mm-hmm.
At least in like the human side of it. When we start getting into like the Secret Wars and Celestial time travel multiverse stuff, that's when it's like, okay.
Yeah, all of a sudden, the Kingpin doesn't feel so threatening.
Yeah.
Aliens from space are attacking.
You gotta understand, back then, things were different.
Yeah.
Nice. Played on the 1-Up cabinet? How is it on there? Ooh. Yep, there goes that. Mmm. This train level is one of the longest parts of the game. I don't know why, but it's just very, very grueling. Just wave after wave after wave. It just doesn't stop sometimes. Like, this is one of the stages where if anyone has ever seen me stream this, this is when I get so silent because I'm just like, there's just so much going on. I just gotta focus.
You're in stay alive mode, understandable. Yeah, it's like a giant horde mode of these enemies.
And there's always one.
Yeah. Yeah, they always gotta get you. I also do appreciate how most of the time they come with like knives, guns, things that are normal and of the 90s, but then there's just a guy that comes out with like a battle axe or something.
Yeah, yeah, the
Where
dude
was
with
that guy going?
the flamethrower too. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
dude, like,
Yeah.
what are you doing here?
What is going on? What is this? I also do like the continuance of the names of enemies popping up in the corner, just like in Batman Forever.
hmm It's a staple in most of these games.
Yeah, I love that. It's so funny. The names they decided to come up with. Like Leon's pretty normal. Red lamp, okay.
Yeah, because he has the flamethrower lamp.
Oh, there you go. So sometimes they just have names, and sometimes they're named after what they do.
That was a nice one. Get in there. Get in that pocket.
Oh, yeah. See that flamethrower down there, potentially? Or at least.
That came from that, like, pillar thing. I broke it open. I'm trying to save that for the next section.
Ah.
Oh, great RNG on these weapons, man. Just straight stun locking them.
Oh, that little like pile driver move, I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of fight game mechanics in this too. If you know fight combinations, you're in a good spot with this game. It's not like any other beat 'em up where it's just like straightforward, like punch around and whatnot.
That's
I
pretty.
messed up and grabbed this flamethrower way too early, but whatever. We'll deal with the next section fine.
Return of Leon.
Okay. Oh! Alright, we don't want to go over
The hold on these huge enemies is so funny.
Yeah, I know, I love it.
Yeah, I'll just pick you up with one hand. Person's like twice the size of me.
Getting knives with knives as they're throwing them at me. Defying all
Unlimited
game
farm
logic.
knives. Yeah. Alright, it seems like they repeat names quite often, because Leon is back again already. Come on.
Yeah, this one is not like Batman Forever. They did not try. They said like 5 names as the max.
Yeah, Batman Forever had like a whole list, I remember. And such funny names too, like names you would not hear regularly.
Alright, that was Bushwhacker. Home Crusher, Bushwhacker.
Beautiful.
Alright. That was one of the longer stages. Thank God that's over with. Alright, so I think we are about 2 stages away. Okay, so now they found the Punisher's hideout, and now we gotta get out through the sewers. This mouse right here, woo-wee, really tests the capture cards. They decided that they needed to fully animate the motions of this mouse for like every frame. And because of that, just everything else when it comes into view is like, woo!
All because of a little mouse. That's
All right, so
oh my gosh.
as you can see, I left that one guy on the left while all the other dudes are on the right, and I just kind of manipulated the gunfire to go towards them instead of him. That will be a very viable strat for the rest of this run. Right. And as far as like the rest of this stuff is going, it's just more or less just trying to line them up, beating them up, and taking them out. It's not too many like, it's not built like Streets of Rage, so it's not smooth and a lot of the stuff. So you just gotta more or less just adjust to the game adjusting to itself, and then you'll be fine.
Ooh. Oh wait, never mind. I was like, is that 2 rats now? How are we gonna handle the process?
Yeah, it was 2 rats, and sometimes I question. I'm like, why? Wow, this weapon RNG, I swear, has been beautiful. It's like beyond. It's like at least 80% have been stun locked.
Ooh, get out of here, flamethrower. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it's been good luck so far.
Okay, now we're out of the sewers. Gus.
There he is. Gus.
Oh. There's another guy. Oh no. Well, there goes the flamethrower. I'm not picking that back up. I never even make it this far with that, so. Alright, these dudes are kind of annoying because they can do this long arm attack and like it just kind of does like a back and forth windmill on the ground with you in the air, and it just takes forever. A lot of wasted time, so just don't get grabbed by them.
And that one, I think I saw one of them was called Pretty Head. Oh yeah, Pretty Boy, Pretty Head, and Cyborg. Okay, that one's not so pretty, obviously.
Trying not to use this gun. I didn't want to pick that up, but yeah, there we go. All right. Next section. Ooh, I'm getting batted. Okay, now that we're out in the forest, this is like the back entrance to the Punisher's lair. And we're gonna go to the back entrance of the Kingpin's lair. Funny how that works. That guy's name is Yan Lee.
Jan, yeah, I was gonna say Jan Lean, and I thought that said Dern for a second, but no, that's Dean.
Deanie boy.
I was gonna say Dern is certainly a choice of a name.
Yep, there it is. They always do that. A little fun thing. They're like, "Oh, you gotta go left. You beat everyone, or right. You gotta beat everyone," and then they come back. Oh, we got knives on you. Knives out. Knives out. These guys. God, there's so many Leons. Don't kill me. Yeah, if they do that windmill attack on you, just don't move. I found that out later in many of my playthroughs.
They just don't have a hitbox on their body? Is that what it is?
It's supposed to be like, it's supposed to detect your movement. So if you move, then the hitbox activates. But if you don't, then it's like, oh, he's not there.
That's odd. Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. Alright, here comes this little assassin thing again. This time we got like 7 grenades to deal with. Oh, he killed me again. My god. Okay. Come on. Yeah, get an off-screen death. I think if we get it close enough right here, it's just gonna, like, end it real quick. I think he might walk off backwards or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
Nah, no, we didn't get far enough. I've killed him one time off-screen, and then all of a sudden, the Punisher and him were just kind of, like, walking backwards, moonwalk style. I was like, oh, that's cool. Alright, so now we're on the last area. This is the Kingpin's Tower. We have not used any of our continues, and that is good because we don't have any more lives left on this continue. Luckily, they're generous enough and give you 2 of them. So you can 1cc this game easily on your first playthrough if you actually are knowing what you're doing. And there's not too many tricks in this game. It's a very straightforward speedrun. It's just knowing the patterns, knowing where the enemies are going to come, and just placing yourself in the right places and just enduring. This is one of those skill-based speedruns. You gotta be a good gamer. You just have to endure it. And I think a lot of speedruns like that don't really get a lot of attention lately because everyone's so focused on like, oh, well, it's skills to do tricks and glitches and stuff like that. Yeah, but then at the same time, like, you have to understand that there's a certain level of skill that's required to actually play the game well. Because anyone can go and learn tricks over and over and over again. But if you actually know the game in and out normally, I feel like you have a better edge when learning the tricks. Flamethrower, dude, get out of here. And that's just my opinion. There's no verifiable facts to any of that, so whatever. Okay, so this is where I think we're gonna get into the sections. Yep. We're gonna try and leave this guy alive. And we're just gonna try and take out these ninja ladies with the gun. Come on, jump over here. Once we get them done, then we'll take them out.
Can't stop laughing at the ninja lady animations of just like being a spider and then hopping around like a frog.
Yeah.
Just like, you know how ninjas move?
I think there's more ninja ladies there about to come after this guy. Yep. See, I knew it.
Health is a little low.
Yeah, we'll deal with it.
Yeah, you're an expert. We know. You got this.
We'll deal with it. Get in there. Yeah, we got some damage on that. I love this game when it does that.
That enemy's name was just cool.
Oh, there we go. Turkey time.
Let's go.
Alright, big reds should come out soon. Oh, no, another wave. Been so long since I've done normal. Forget which enemy spawns happen. Expert is just enemy, 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 enemy. This whole section is like 5 big guys and enemies left and right. Oh my god, the RNG is just so good on these weapons. This is amazing. I am having so much fun with this run. Normally I'm like, Jesus, every weapon. It's just knocking them back.
Yeah. Wow. Some actual good luck. Some GDQ good luck. It's rare, but it does happen.
I ran right into it. It's all good. Alright, now it's time for the elevator up, and then we got one more section, and then we got the boss section.
Wow.
So this run is almost done. Now, they cheat with this kind of like elevator boss. One of these dudes is going to come down with that green armor and a machine gun, and his name is going to be Jigsaw. And it's like, oh, come on, man. You guys could have at least rendered a sprite for the actual Jigs. See, look, Jigsaw. It's like, oh, come on, man.
That would have been cool. That would have been a nice little Easter egg.
That's what I thought, too. I was like, this could have been a golden opportunity. Okay. Grab that machine gun, and now we're on to the gauntlet. Hmm.
Ooh, double flamethrower? Wow. This could be handy.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that.
Wow.
We don't want them. We just want
Too
to
good.
move on. We just gotta move on. There's that attack.
Ooh, there it is. Pendulum swing.
That was the word I was looking for earlier. Thank you, Conception.
I got you. I got you.
Take out these pretty boys. Ain't no place
And
for you guys.
pretty head. Interesting.
Oh god, 2 flamethrower guys. Out of here, sucker. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, I lost the duel. It's like they know. They're like, oh god, this guy's got this flamethrower. I'm out.
Hmm. If I see anybody with the flamethrower, I'm running. So it goes for real life. That goes for video games. I'm out.
Yeah. Oh, don't die. There's health coming up soon. Come on, you can make it. Yes. Okay. Just need to kill these 2 ninja chicks that are like darker for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
slightly.
implies that they're like more powerful, but they're not.
Yeah, I was like, they're the leaders of the ninja
Okay, we're
society.
just gonna leave this guy. Yeah, they're.
I don't know. I don't know what a group of ninjas is called.
Go ahead, take me out, dude. It should be like 2 more ninja girls. Maybe 1, because it's normal. Yep. Just 1. Alright, now we're going to blow up this floor and go face the Kingpin. Oof, the Genesis version. Yeah, well. Fun. Anyone who doesn't think it is lying. Has never played it before.
Yeah, it seems fun.
Another one of those safety corners. This one's not as safe. There will be enemies that spawn out of this part of the game where I'm standing, but we just mitigate that. And hopefully we'll just do a 1-cycle kill on Kingpin. He's the only enemy that can kind of like dupe out of that grab glitch that I was talking about earlier.
Just too massive.
Yeah, literally, he'll like shake and stutter. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, and break all the furniture while you're at it.
That's right. I mean, he did break into our lair with a bunch of
Yeah.
assassins, so we gotta pay him back for at least some property damage.
Yeah, make him pay with his wallet. I bet that's a little expensive, at least.
That's right. Gotta hit him where it hurts in the wallet. Alright, Kingpin time. Alright, come out here, buddy. See, there it is. He like shook out of it. We just need to grab him again. There it is. That's time.
Woo!
And that was the Punisher for the Sega Genesis. If you beat it on easy, you only get to that like third warehouse level, and then it pretty much gives you that insulting. You need to play on a different difficulty. Normal, you actually like beat the game fully, but then it tells you, oh, try the hard mode if you want the real ending. And if you beat it on hard and expert, it gives you the same ending. So,
Of course.
so that was that. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Punisher.
That was awesome. Yeah, I always love, getting people on who run one of their first games, one of the first games that kind of introduced them to speedrunning, because you can see there's there's a little bit of a passion to it. There's a little bit of a extra oomph to the run, and I definitely felt that with this one. So thank you for bringing that to us.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me on to showcase it, because when you hit me up, I was like, wow, the Punisher? Like, all right.
Yeah. I saw the video. I was like, yeah, this feels good. And last time I had a superhero episode you were on as well. So I was like, you know what? Let's bring it back for the sequel. So felt right.
Well, I appreciate it, Conception. Thank you as always, and thank you to all you who watched and everyone out at GDQ. Sadly, I won't be at GDQ in person, but I'll be there in spirit, and hopefully see you guys all soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And for everybody out there, we are going to take a little bit of a break here while we get set up for our next run in our awful superhero games episode here. So feel free to get up, stretch, maybe find a flamethrower or two, and we'll see you here on the other side in just a few short moments. All right, welcome back to Awfully Silly, everyone. We are having some good old-fashioned fun with some awful superhero games tonight. If you're just tuning in, we just had an incredible run of The Punisher for Sega Genesis by Faust4712, and we got some more runs, as you can see on the screen here. Before we jump into the next one, though, wanted to remind anybody as well that if you happen to have missed out on any of our Hotfix shows, you can check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And if you happen to be watching on YouTube at some point in the future, be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. And you can come on over to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick to watch our shows live if you're interested. We'd love to have you. Yes, so awful superhero games. We did this episode once before where we had Faust, who ran Batman Forever, and then we actually had somebody you'll be hearing from soon, shortly here, ran Captain America for the Xbox 360. And Batman has no shortage of games that are both some good ones, and then there are some that are a little on the sillier, awful side, and the next one definitely fits that bill. This one is Batman Dark Tomorrow, and this is run by Moogle. So Moogle, the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you. This is Batman Dark Tomorrow. I'll be starting I'll count you off. 3, 2, 1, go. So this is a Chemical game. They made a handful of games. They're all kind of odd and silly, but this one's Batman, so it's fun. I know I like Batman. He's so Shikken here. That's not good.
Oh dear.
Off to a great start.
Enough strong.
Yeah. So
I'll introduce myself. I'm
Thank you.
Shikken. I mainly run the Arkham games, which are the good Batman games. I have played this game once ever. And if you're wondering if the movement is as awful and clunky as it looks, don't worry, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
He's already gotten farther into the game than I could in my playthrough.
Already? Wow.
Yeah,
Curse.
because the movement is that bad.
Yeah, it looks so tanky and strange.
it's like Resident Evil, but like with not tank controls. It's kind of odd to play. if that makes any sense.
Tank controls. Wow.
Nothing about the controls makes any sense.
Yeah. So like anytime the camera changes, your like directionals just change. So it's kind of like odd to play. Like if you don't know that, then it's just like, how do I play this game? But if you know how to like play around the quirks, then it's not that bad.
Got the cool flip there.
Yeah, Batman can jump off of his grappling hook, or he can just do a sweet like backflip thing and get like more height. But and that's only useful in a handful of like scenarios. So our first boss or area is like the streets of Gotham. We'll be running into Black Mask. He has a whole bunch of like gangsters and stuff, and they like to shoot at Batman with rocket launchers, and that guy missed. So
Batman's only weakness, rocket launchers.
yeah,
They get him every time.
Mm-hmm.
Except when they don't, I guess.
that's true. So my health bar is the yellow bar, and the blue bar is like a cape. It's like armor, I guess. I'm not really sure how to explain that. But if you see my health bar go down to 0 and then like replenish itself back up, you essentially don't. As long as you have health in your med kit, you do not die. So it's kind of convenient, especially like towards the end of like the game, where bosses just hit you for like 80 damage a hit, which is kind of nuts.
There's a lot of like one-shot things in this game.
Yeah, it's really odd, but
It's my favorite part of any Batman movie is when you're just running through the streets of Gotham.
yeah.
Yes.
No
Yeah.
car, no nothing, just sprinting right through.
Batman famously does not have any cool transportation, so
No.
None whatsoever.
I mean, we'll be seeing some transportation, but I don't know if it's the transportation that you're familiar with.
well, that's exciting.
So I like during like a world record pace run, I guess I would probably have ran past those guys and not let them like walk past me, but I don't want to mess that one up, so I'm gonna hope for the best here, and that's not all right. So if an enemy's too close to you, like next to a door, Batman will just try to punch him, and that doesn't help a lot. So
The punch button is the same as the open door button, which is
Of course.
very obnoxious.
Of course.
on my mini map, you can see like there's like 7 enemies ready to just start shooting at me. So this is why we're going behind them. They'll see us eventually, but hopefully I get past them. Okay, we're good. The death in the rooftops kind of postponed on like it's really easy to take deaths in this game and just like reset your health kit, and it's like really convenient to do, but that me doing that at the rooftop didn't help one bit, so I might just avoid deaths in some spots where I normally would. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we're going into a warehouse for Black Mask, and that's where he's hiding with all of his goons.
Bat cuffs.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. We have to cuff every enemy we encounter, and I died in an accident again, so I'm doing a great job. It's not like I did 3 practice runs before this and had one thing go around with each of them.
Of course not. No, that's the GDQ luck, you know.
Yeah.
No level of preparedness.
All right. So this guy's just kicking me in the back, but it's Batman, so he doesn't mind sometimes.
He just takes it.
Yeah. Like there is like stealth takedowns in this game, and you don't want to do them, but the Black Mask is gonna like slide out of here. It's kind of funny, but
That Michael Jackson energy.
yeah.
That's 2 Michael Jackson references already in this episode.
Well, hopefully the next game makes it the 3rd.
Yeah, I'm sure the Crow City of Angels will definitely have a Michael Jackson reference in it somewhere.
So the combat's kind of funky, surprisingly. There's like regular punching, and then there's regular kicking, and then there's like a combo button. And if you hold the combo button, you can like do a combo or a combination, and you get like any other fighting game, you get massive damage on your finisher. So as long as my combos don't drop, we should be like. That's why the black mask fight was so like quick and convenient. Right now we're in the docks because when we fought Black Mask, there's like people tied up or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, Scarface is over here," which is like the puppet with the ventriloquist dude, and I'm getting owned by these two dudes.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, they're dogpiling on you.
Jeez.
Oh, they go down for the floor hits. Cruel.
It gets worse. Earlier, I got cornered by like 6 enemies, and I'm like, I can't get out of this. So there's like these cranes here, and you're supposed to like defeat the operators, I guess, but you don't have to do that. You just have to climb up this one and go straight to Scarface.
A lot of the superheroics are optional.
Yeah. So right now we're looking for Jim Gordon, and he is, well, you'd think that he's in his office, so that's where we're gonna go. There's a deck of cards in his office, and conveniently enough, there's no Joker in it. So that's the lore here.
Lack of Joker equals Joker, obviously.
Yeah. This game was made in like 2003, so that the Joker's like a C-tier villain right now.
True. Yeah, there are eras of popularity with villains.
Yeah, he's really just another guy in this game.
Yeah.
Kind of funny, honestly.
Alright, so I'm gonna pull out my batteries, and then there's gonna be a guy standing in front of this door, and all I'm gonna do is just throw a battery at him. And just walk through the door, it's that easy.
Oh, he missed.
Somehow missed.
This vent is kind of a pain to get through because of how the camera is like associated and how jumping works. So it's just really hard to do like. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the traversal is exactly as bad as it looks.
All right, so I'm pulling out the universal tool, which is like, it's a universal tool. I'm not sure how to explain it. It opens up everything.
It does whatever you need it to do.
Yeah, and we'll be seeing that later. So
it's like the shark repellent bat spray if it worked on everything.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so this water's electrified, and I'm going to jump into it on accident because I clearly meant to.
Classic.
Well, if you jump on that little concrete patch between that, you can grapple like across the next spot and not like get zapped. But I didn't do a very good job of that, so. I'm not entirely sure why. So we're looking for the Joker, but I don't remember why we're like in this sewer specifically. I think it's because we're going to Arkham Asylum.
It's because it's a superhero game, so there has to be a sewer level.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Sewer level with the cleanest sewer water you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, you can actually like see it through it.
People don't poop in Gotham, confirmed.
They all go out of town for that.
Yeah. All to Metropolis.
Yep.
There's like sewer alligators, but I don't want to release them because it's a time waste, unfortunately.
A bunch of kids flush their pet alligators down the toilet.
Yeah. That and a whole bunch of rats.
Can't forget the rats.
All right, so this is the mandatory night vision section. I hope you enjoyed it.
That's it. That was the whole thing.
Wow.
Just turn left and leave.
Yeah. I used to have to like actually turn it off, and I didn't realize you could just walk through the door. So you can use the battering and like prop yourself up for a better bat cable like launch. I did that a couple times already, but I don't think I actually said anything about that. So okay, there's these little rooms with rats in them, and as long as the rats are not touching the floor, you can kind of just walk through the door. And all right, this rat's not playing nice. And these guys infinitely spawn until you defeat all of them. Okay, we're good. Usually the second room is better than the first room, but I mean, I'll take one or the other. It's not a big deal. So when you think sewer, you think 2 giant rats, and that's the boss fight.
Obviously.
Yeah. In a trench coat? Are the giant rats in a trench coat?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, bummer. Oh well.
Ratcatcher kind of looks like he's in a trench coat, at least.
Alright, I might actually die here because I only have 18 health in my med kit.
That's a little gross.
And you know what? I'm just gonna play it safe and die now because it's probably easier to do that now than it is later. So in Arkham Asylum, there's just a whole bunch of inmates in the asylum, and it's really hard to get past some of them sometimes. But if you die in one room, like the enemies literally like double in size. Well, not double in size, but like their numbers. So rather than there being like 4 enemies, there's like 8 enemies in like a little corridor, and it's really hard to get through them.
Dang, I was really hoping they just got bigger.
That'd be really funny.
They used the PIM particles.
Yeah.
Oh wait, wrong universe.
Yeah.
They used the Batman and Robin donuts from the dev room. So I also ran Batman and Robin on the PlayStation 1, and it's lame, but
I was gonna say I'm happy for you, or sorry that happened.
yeah. But essentially, you have to go to the dev room for the speedrun because that game is really difficult and hard to play, and I would not wish any of that on my worst enemy.
Oh, wow.
And you like feed the devs donuts, and they like explode after growing like 3 times the size. It's kind of messed up.
Oh, jeez.
It is certainly one of the video games of all time.
It's a movie game.
All right, so somebody else clearly has to pick up that game and run it so we can get it on this show. Because Moogle doesn't seem very interested.
Please no. Alright, so we're gonna use our universal tool again. We're gonna open this door. We're gonna go. So we're in the basement of Arkham Asylum, and apparently crocodiles just like to live in the basement. So we're gonna fight Killer Croc.
Naturally.
Yeah. So Killer Croc's just a green dude. If he decides to show up, there he is.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
So this fight's really weird in the sense that like I'm not really like you just punch and kick him. That's and hope for the best.
A lot of the combat strats in this game are either like something like vaguely clever or just spam attacks to win.
Yeah. Like I did find like a secret like switch. If you press it, Croc takes like half health, and then he like you can do combos on him, which doesn't really make any sense on why that's even like a thing, but it doesn't save time, unfortunately. And now he's just gonna spin away and fall down.
Yeah, defeat animations in this game are something else.
I'm not sure which one's better, the Mr. Freeze one or Killer Croc. All right, so we unflooded the basement, so we're gonna go save the doctor that Killer Croc had hostage.
Killer Croc also just had a key card that lets him go anywhere in the asylum.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got that, but
You got to give the villains the cards. They got to be able to walk around.
yeah.
What is he gonna
He
do?
definitely
eat
won't
people?
leave.
No. I mean, there wasn't like a giant door from the sewer in Arkham Asylum. All right, so we're making our way through Arkham Asylum, and
There are inmates loose down here.
there's enemies like loose over here, so we're gonna save the little nurses. And I got owned. Punching's really weird in this game. It's kind of like Kirby, where one punch might not be a knockdown, or like I guess in like terms of Kirby, I mean like if he has like a power up, sometimes like he either has it or he doesn't if he gets hit.
I was wondering where the Kirby comparison was gonna come in.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, whoa, this game's like Kirby in some way.
Kirby is this
Yeah,
game
I
if
get you.
this game was good.
Understandable.
Just think if this game was good, then you could be playing like Kirby 64 or something.
That's a good game.
The multiplayer is pretty good. So we're gonna fight a giant tree soon because Poison Ivy knows we're on her tail, and she likes to throw ceiling onions, and hopefully I don't die from them.
Ceiling onions.
Yeah, that's what they look like. All right, so hopefully, there we go. So there's a tree here, but I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna get near it. Like if you just like not spam batarangs, but if you time them properly, then like you can not go in this room.
It's a great strat.
Yeah, it's a really good strat because trying to fist fight this tree does not help anybody.
They really do look like ceiling onions.
I wasn't joking.
Yeah.
Alright, so I only healed there because there was an onion that like fell on top of me and I wasn't sure if it was gonna hit me or not. So this next area is not... I mean, I can get stuck in it, but I usually don't get stuck in it, so I'm gonna hope I don't.
Here's hoping.
Okay, we're good. Sometimes, like, if the enemies don't fall down when you jump on top of them, they just, like, knock you down over and over again. I usually try to refill my health bar at the Ivy fight, so I'm just gonna do that now because it's the most convenient time to do it at. So you pick up some like not bug spray, like plant spray, I guess, and then just go to the boss fight. And then Batman just kind of lays there inconveniently until...
All part of the plan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Everything is wrong here. Everything is right here, rather.
All right, so she threw a ceiling onion kind of in the way of where I'm trying to be, and then Batman likes to just do whatever he wants to. Like, even though there's no combat in this game, there's like a free flow like combat system like how Arkham has it, but like way worse.
Of course.
Like I can't even exaggerate how worse the like you'll fly across the room and like I have nothing to do with it.
Nothing about this fight really makes sense, but all that's important is that you're punching the plant monster, and the vine thing in the middle can one-shot you.
Yeah.
Of course it can.
That wasn't that bad. It could be much
Yeah.
worse. Like if a ceiling onion falls on top of you during that like end cutscene thing, then and you die, the game just like crashes. So I was trying to avoid that at all costs, and it's the like that's why I died originally, like at the start of the run, at the start of the boss fight.
A little cold in here.
Yeah, I think this is where the Joker's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Undoubtedly.
I'm gonna punch that door for good luck. Totally meant to do that.
You're just knocking. You're being polite.
Giving them a heads up. So they can all run away.
Yeah. Hey, just so you know, I'm coming in there to beat you up.
All right,
And
so
this is how I run.
Oh my gosh, it's Mr. Freeze.
yeah, man, I thought it was gonna be the Riddler or something.
Yeah, did not see that one coming.
All right, so if I'm good, then I can just infinitely loop. No, you can't do it. I tried. So after he shoots you with his freeze gun, he'll just block instantly. So if you don't loop him properly, then you just get owned over and over again. And then you drop your combo, and okay, there we go. We're good. So the only reason why I pause, that freeze fight was actually pretty decent, minus like me getting owned during the middle of that. So when you,
Wait, he just stumbles backwards. I love it.
well, his freeze pack like just exploded. So like, what else is he supposed to do? Oh, so we just unlocked the high access. Okay, I did use it. The high access like card or whatever. So now we can go to wherever the Joker's hiding at. But before we fight the Joker, we have to do two things. We have to walk through this door, and then hopefully not get stuck. That's not a part of the two things. Oh no. Okay, we're good. We have to fight Mr. Zaz, and he's hopefully a joke. Oh no. Oh no, now I'm being a joke. It's not good.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. Okay, that's the
Yeah,
fight.
there we go.
I would rather have it in a different corner. Oh, that's not good. So there's three stances in this game. There's like slightly crouched, and then standing. And slightly crouched sucks. Okay, there we go. That's what's supposed to happen.
There we go.
Alright, now we're fighting the Joker. And by fighting the Joker, I mean we're doing tower defense with Jim Gordon. But you don't actually have to do any of that, thankfully. You just have to walk up those stairs and you're good.
Killjoy.
So I said other ways of transportation, and you probably thought like the Batwing or something, but we have a hang glider now, so that's what we're going to be using.
Look at that in all its glory.
Yeah. At first I thought it was a cape when I like first started playing this game. I'm like, that's a weird looking cape. And then I'm like, oh no, it's a hang glider.
Yeah.
But it's sure something.
Yeah.
So goofy looking. Just so stiff too.
Yeah.
Just hang glider's not moving at all, and he's just going in a straight line.
That core strength,
beautiful.
though.
Oh yeah.
So this is the Xbox version, by the way. So there is version differences. I feel like I probably should have mentioned those. There's two of them that I know of. Oh, there's three of them. So at the start of the game, where I like ran through some weird corridor and like there's like a exploding car and stuff. You're supposed to not be doing that. So usually there's like a NPC that like shoots rockets at you, but he doesn't exist in the Xbox version. And then for this mini game, you're supposed to like kind of play the game like Arkham City, where you're supposed to dive down, then back up, then dive down, then back up. But you don't have to do that on the Xbox version. And then the other thing is that there's no collectibles in this game on the Xbox version, and I don't understand why. The only conclusion I put up with it was that it was a Japanese developer, so they just like didn't bother or something. I don't. But it's more of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's more of like a luxury, if anything, that there's none of these awful things.
Yeah, imagine if you had to traverse an extra amount in this game. Yeah, that seems not ideal. Yeah.
Imagine a category that's just movement. Ugh.
Alright, so I'm gonna hopefully... Okay, I got owned. But I was out of health kit, so it's fine. Doesn't matter. Those
that was
guys
actually
usually...
part of the plan.
You can take so many unnecessary game overs and it doesn't really matter, because you just respawn at the start of the room anyways. So it's like kind of convenient, and these people are just like gunning me down every time I... Oh, okay, that definitely is not part of it. The first one was intentional, though.
This room is just awful. It's great when you're trying to die, and then it sucks immediately afterwards.
Realistically, that's what's supposed to happen. Like, you knock all three of them down, and then there's gonna be some guy behind this door looking. He's like, "Oh, what's that?" And then Batman punches him in the face. That's usually what happens. And then we just like go through Ra's al Ghul's castle, because that's who we were looking for.
I just realized you don't have a map here.
Yeah, I mean, you are inside of a building, so maybe that's like the idea.
I guess. I guess he doesn't have the blueprints for Raish's fortress on the back computer.
He's not the engineer, the architect that made the building. Alright, I'm gonna heal up just because I don't feel like getting owned in the next room.
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah. Alright. So if you just throw batarangs at those guys, if I was feeling risky, I would have just bat-grappled above them and hoped for the best, but I've been messing that up way too much lately, so I'm not going to bother. Because you have enough time to do this once, and then I messed it up. Alright. You can push that turret out of the window and it, like, lures guards there, but I'm not going to do that because it doesn't do anything. So we're going to pull out that universal tool again. And we're going to use it on not a door this time, which is kind of convenient. This is actually a strat that I found through the strategy guide. That actually saves time.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. So he just opened up a little grate. And this area has been giving me a whole bunch of problems lately, so hopefully it doesn't.
Those feel like famous last words, but...
Yeah, I'll be fine. So the whole gimmick to this room is you have to cuff at least 6 enemies, and then another door opens that you can go in. So hopefully that happens.
These guys get a little confused when you're crouched.
Yeah,
or at least they usually do.
Crouched behind a pillar in particular.
Yeah.
Alright, I don't know if a door opened up, but I'm gonna see if a door opened up. Usually you can hear it, but I can't. Oh, shoot. didn't hear it, but there was like so many enemies like around me that I wasn't sure if I was gonna hear it or not. The budget was so much money in this game that they reused the dialogue so often. So
Yeah, they must have blown all the budget on those pre-rendered cutscenes.
yeah.
No, they were just really proud of the dialogue they recorded and wanted to make sure you didn't miss any of it.
Yeah, like we got it in one. Better show it off.
Well, I mean, if someone was in my compound, I would also say what was it. Like I wouldn't. I'm not. Like I would definitely be saying what they're saying right now. All right, so there's like a little. Oh, I missed it. Well, you can jump over that laser, but I clearly didn't. But all you do is just kick that guy. It's not a big deal.
Love how his cape isn't even resting on his shoulders.
No.
Even at the front, it's like floating above a little bit.
I think there's like a 3D model like viewer in this game, like as like a trophy collection, but I haven't seen it because there's no collectibles in this game. Only on the GameCube version.
Hmm.
All right, so there's like 5 different rooms over there, and we're going to deactivate the Doomsday device for the good ending, the best ending. But there's like there's not a Lazarus pit. There's not more than one. There's a Lazarus pit that you can walk down. All right, so we're gonna take that cool universal tool that we were using to like open up grates and doors to break open this awesome Doomsday device, and we're just gonna sit here for a little bit.
We know what the Doomsday device actually does, or is it just, you know, end of the world? Don't worry about it.
I think the world blows up.
Gotcha. Classic.
Yeah. So there's advertised 4 endings in this game, and 3 of them are game overing. So that's why it's the best ending, is because the best ending has credits and none of the other ones do. Because I was also curious about it. I'm like, oh, well, why am I doing this? So like I looked at all the other scenarios. I'm like, oh, this is pointless. So yeah, we just saved the world for now. And then, so I went the back way through this. Normally you're supposed to like go through some hallway and it looks like kind of sci-fi, but we went through like the janitor's closet instead. So now we're just making our way back to that room with all those doors in it. As I'm walking into the wall. Totally intentional though, because of how awful the controls are. Like I'm holding left right now as I'm walking straight, so... Alright, so there's 3 boss fights left. There's elite guards or soldiers or whatever they are. They're jerks and they shouldn't be there. And then there's Ra's al Ghul's bodyguard and then Raish. And they all fight differently, which is probably why they all like. There's like a sword fight at the end of the game. It's kind of fun.
You guys are generally okay as long as you can keep them apart.
Yeah. Because that's not happening.
But yeah, they're kind of resistant to that idea.
You can't just like drop combos in this game, unfortunately, and that's just doesn't help. And I'm probably gonna die on this on accident. Well, not an accident, but oh my!
Rip.
All right, unintentional. First intentional, unintentional death. I usually don't die there. Sometimes you just get stuck on the enemy and you can't really do nothing about it. Unless...
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, like... Okay, this was a little bit better. Oh, that...
A little juggling there.
Oh, there you go. So right now we're gonna fight Ubu, which is Raish's bodyguard, and it's honestly this fight's probably easier than the last fight.
He's dressed like Aquaman for some reason.
Yeah, just regular bodyguard clothes. So if you try to fight him too early, he'll sink into the floor like that, and you can't hit him. So it is kind of like down to timing, I guess. But like it's not like super like tight on timing, because he'll even like try to like gloat at you and then you just punch him, so it's nothing crazy. Alright, so Arkham City stole this from the sword fighting gimmick from this game.
Of course, yeah.
Some of the best sword VFX going on here.
Yeah. Essentially we're just gonna chip him to death. Okay. Oh. Okay, he's not playing nice.
Do you appreciate the lighting effects from the clang of the swords?
It's like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just like Star Wars. Okay, time's gonna be like right when the cutscene starts. So, oh no, time, sorry.
That wasn't bad, all things considered.
Yeah.
39-16 on our side. We take those.
Yeah.
I mean, the game was bad, but the run was okay.
I mean, everything that happened, that was not that bad.
Detective, you have succeeded in besting me.
All right, so Raish,
Combat.
he's
You may have won the
he's
battle,
defeated, but now he's like, oh, I'm gonna blow up the world, and then Batman's gonna foil his plan by
For
saying,
now,
nope.
we are all assembled here, and
Hear that already.
it's time.
Nice try.
Time for the rebirth of our planet. So shall it be. Surprise.
That's slow mo in real time, by the way.
Oh yeah, sick dodge.
Or probably wouldn't have even hit Batman anyway.
No. All right, so Raish is dead, and they're gonna probably throw him into the Lazarus pit.
Goodbye, daughter. Farewell, detective. A self-destruct system. He'll kill us all. Talia!
Only, beloved, if only. Come, Ubu. We must bring my father to the
combat
Lazarus pit. Hope that it will once again restore him.
cutscenes are like almost good.
Yeah, they're like, don't get me wrong, they're really goofy, but they're well put together. Jank.
The running still exists in the cutscenes too, so that's good to know. That carried over.
First.
Like Batman's like little like fast walk.
It's iconic.
Track coordinates. Command my location. Excellent.
Oh yeah, now we get the plane.
Yeah, that we don't get to fly.
Lazarus pit. Breathe life into your body once more.
Like, I don't necessarily remember like the Batman lore, but like for a Batman game in 2003, this is probably like the best thing that could have happened, because this is pre Arkham series and pre Batman Begins. So
Yeah, it's about as good as they could have hoped for, I guess.
they put a lot of effort into it for what it was. I think they were teasing for a sequel, but that never happened. Thank God.
Bummer. You know, maybe someday still. Batman Dark the next day. Dark the day after tomorrow.
Darker the day after.
Alright, and then it's never a Batman game without Batman looking cool with the bat signal coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just credits.
There we are. Wow. Wow. Well, that was certainly a game. You performed it very well, considering how clunky it looked. Well done.
Well, thank you.
Of course. Any other plugs, shout outs, highlights we'd like to do before we get set up for our third and final game?
I got nothing going on, but I believe Chicken's running Arkham City Sunday at GDQ, right?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, so look forward to that, I guess.
Yeah, if you're a Batman fan, that's going to be a good run to catch for sure. Awesome. Anything else?
Oh no. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, okay. This one was kind of out of nowhere for you. I know you had to kind of break out the old Xbox and de-rust it, so I appreciate you doing that for us.
And no problem.
It was a lot of fun, so thank you.
Yep.
All right. For everybody else out there, we have one final game for tonight's episode of Awful Superhero Games of Awfully Silly. So we're going to take a little bit of a break here. So feel free to get up, stretch, do your best little Batman run if you'd like to work off some calories. And we will see you on the other side in just a few short moments. All right, welcome back to Awfully Silly, everyone. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, we're having some fun doing some awful superhero games tonight. So far, we had an excellent run of The Punisher for Sega Genesis, followed that immediately by a run of the Xbox classic Batman Dark Tomorrow. I believe is on GameCube as well, as mentioned in the run. And we're going to be finishing out with one last superhero game, but I did want to remind everyone as well, if you aren't aware, or I assume if you're watching this, you're probably a fan of GDQ in some form. Guess what? Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 starts this weekend, if you can believe it. Sunday, January 14th. So feel free to come on by, watch a week of runs broadcast live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, benefiting the Prevent Cancer Foundation. We'd love to have you. Also, feel free to take a look at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to learn about our shows and check out our schedule, especially considering that the schedule might be slightly different as we approach GDQ 2024. Hope to see a number of you there. But without further ado, I think it's time now. We're jumping into the Punisher is kind of an anti-hero. Batman is definitely a hero, but he's kind of got like that darkness to him. And now we have the third game tonight, and this game is The Crow City of Angels, and it's going to be run by a fellow showrunner, Egdisis. The floor is yours. Gonna run it back again, reverse it again. All right,
we
now
good?
should be good.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Alrighty, hope you're all doing good. We good, right? Okay. Alright, so hi everyone, I'm doing this third time now. Hi everyone, I am Egdisis. I do love horror games and horrible games. I hope this one actually works this time, just so chat's not confused here. Anyway, this is the Crow City of Angels. This might be one of the worst games I've ever played, and it might be one of the worst games you ever watch. It's telling Conception here that there's a lot of awful games on the show. This may be one of the worst ones. There's a lot to get into this. It'll be fun to see. As a treat for all of you, I have turned on a special cheat code. This game has cosmetic cheats. They have no actual gameplay effect. If you remember other games like, I think GoldenEye has like DK mode, this game has Giraffe mode. What does Giraffe mode mean? You shall see. Also, every now and again, you might see me go to the screen. This game doesn't have a traditional save. Instead, it uses level codes. So if we need to continue, we'll be using the level codes. Funny enough, we'll have to use at least one due to Giraffe mode. Anyway, if we're ready to count down, how about we go 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Woo!
So I kind of regret having my own splits up, but I figure we'll probably be fine. Anyway, the Crow City of Angels, what kind of game is this? It's a beat 'em up. It's also tank controlled, and it's this. I hope you enjoy the song. This is gonna be most of the game. This is our beautiful peak male physique right here of a man. The lore of this game is that it's based on the second Crow movie, The Crow City of Angels, where I don't remember the exact plot, but you're playing as a guy who you and your son were murdered by gang members because you're just in the wrong place. So now you're the spirit of vengeance. What are you doing? You're beating up everyone in the city. Let's see what we have here. If you ever get lost, every time you kill every enemy, giant crows will show up on the ground telling you where to go. You can only leave an area if you murder everyone. Enemies repeat one line of dialogue.
Hey, clown face.
It's almost always, hey, clown face. Every enemy has their one line of dialogue.
That is that.
In case you're wondering, what's the speedrun strat for combat? You see this spinning kick I'm doing? It is the most effective attack. I feel bad as well because many GDQ runs have estimates. You may notice we have a 115 estimate. Just the other day, Punchy refers to this as the Hotfix effect, but thanks to Conception, I recently broke the world record in the Crow. Why? Because this game is wildly variable. There is so much time to save. However, it's inconsistent. Why? Because RNG damage in this game is randomized. Sometimes you'll hit enemies and they will die immediately. Other times you'll hit enemies and they won't take a single hit. It's really weird.
Lovely.
The best way I kind of made this work is with the spinning kick. The reason why is because it has potential to just sort of hit them multiple times, meaning the more hits you get, the better. Also, you may have noticed that giant backflip. That's how you move backwards in this game.
Lovely.
Another fun bit of... Oh, good.
That's lovely. That's the only way to move backwards is backflipping. Great.
I mean, you can, like, go slightly backward, but it's not worth it. By the way, you may have noticed something. So this game has a sprint button. You may notice it whenever I'm kind of going between areas. He's doing this brisk little jog. Like right here, you'll see it. This game has a fun quirk. One, I think I mentioned it, but it's tank controlled. So if you play games like Resident Evil, it controls similar to that because tank control beat 'em up's where it's at. But more importantly, if you get within a certain range of enemies, you go in a fighting position. You can't sprint in fighting position. You are locked into doing this like little scoot that you can see right there. Enemies are also locked into this. Those masks on the ground are health. So if you do need health, that is how you do it. I mean, you're wondering, how does health in this game work? How do the lives work? You have 3 bars on the top left. That is all the health you ever get. If you run out of that, you die and get kicked to the menu. And then you have to restart at the earliest level convenience. If it goes really bad, we can jump ahead a level. Luckily, the game has level codes for everything, because this game literally just shows you, like, oh, you beat the level? Okay, here's level codes. But it's weird, because the game doesn't give you all the level codes, although they exist. They give you, like, some level codes. For the purposes of this run to not be a slog, we allow all usage of level codes, because they are official. And like I said, cheat codes are just cosmetic. There's actually another weird cheat code called Stickman mode, but we literally wouldn't be able to see the player model. Because, I'll show it when we're done with the run.
Just put you in that 2-dimensional state, I bet.
Yep. So we're kind of going through a variety of areas. We haven't talked too much yet. You may be wondering, hey, you see broken beer bottles, things like knives, bats. Why don't you use those? They're not good. They're worse than, like, just any other hit. They're wildly inconsistent, and they don't really do a lot of damage. Like, one kick can one-shot someone, in theory. Plus, they hit multiple targets. Punches tend to have low range, they have mild uses, but we're not going to be doing it too much. As well, every hub is going to kind of have the waves of enemies. The best strat normally is to kind of just let them funnel to you, because this game moves really awkwardly. And you can kind of see some of the punches here. They're not very good. Kicks get a lot more range here. There's also directional-based kicks. Oh, don't worry, by the way. We're going to learn a lot more about the actual game itself as we proceed through the game, because there's a lot more mechanics that get introduced. Some of them immediately go away. Some of them are going to be pretty pertinent to the whole run. That being said, in case you're wondering what kind of thriving community we have as a speedrun, we have 2 runners of this game. I routed this game entirely. I played it, and I'm the only person who ever decided, like, hey, what if I routed this game? We had one other runner of this game come in. They infamously wanted to do a, I think it was an Angry Video Game Nerd challenge where they learned every game on the roster. Also, before I finish that thought, we have now guns. Guns in this game are pretty strong, and also if they touch the ground, they explode. And this is all guns. If any gun ever touches the ground, it just blows up.
Classic gun.
Yeah, and like if you get knocked to the ground, your gun will explode if you're holding one. Same for enemies. This is going to have a much stronger effect later, and we can actually lose a lot of time if we get unlucky with that. Anyway, we're almost done with the first stage of the game. That is the bar. We are now out, and we're going to the pier. There's going to be like different little hubs of the game as we proceed. We're now entering the pier, and you're going to have like ska guys and maintenance workers, or dock workers, I guess. I think they're meant to be junkies, which is why you're killing them. The crow's supposed to be a spirit of vengeance, and you're kind of just roundhouse lariat kicking whoever it is, every single person in Los Angeles, which is a good representation of the movie, I suppose. I didn't watch The City of Angels. I've only ever watched the original movie with Brandon Lee, which is the good one. I really like The Crow, but I've not heard good things about the second one. And this game is certainly a way of doing it. Oh, but anyway, to finish what I was talking about earlier, there's one other runner of this game who has since acknowledged that they never want to play this game again because it is so bad. They did not have a good time.
Oh my gosh, that's.
Oh yeah, fun fact as well. I learned because of that runner. There's 2 ports of this game. One is a Sega, actually 3. There's a PC port, but I don't know much about that one. There's a Sega Saturn port, and I'm playing on the PS1 version. The PS1 version of the game is ideal because you have 3 times the amount of health.
Oh yeah, deal.
They didn't program in 3 bars of health. They gave you 1 bar of health in that game. I don't know why.
Wow. That's brutal. Like, that must be hard to get through. Yeah.
Absolutely. Anyway, we have new characters. They say, "Aw yeah," and "eat steel," which sounds kind of like "eat veal." They have really weird dialogues. And we're just sort of beating them to death. If you're wondering, are there any differences? No. They just say different things at you. I think they're also meant to hit you with pipes, which is why they say eat steel, but like they don't ever have pipes. They just like, they can find them, but they're almost never there. There's also a headbutt attack that's decent if you can land it, but it's not always going to be there. Anyway, so far we're actually doing pretty good. A lot of the run is going to start hitting harder parts as we progress because late game enemies are going to get pretty strong. Oh, yeah. Another fun part, by the way, if you haven't noticed, this game has like fixed camera angles, and beat 'em up games normally I don't think have that. Normally they follow the player. So if you get into a bad camera angle, you just sort of have to hope. Like, watch, we're fighting a guy behind this pipe, and I don't even know if I'm aiming the right way. There we go.
All right, nice.
I am staying relatively healthy. That's been pretty good so far. Funny enough, there's a whole like combat hierarchy in the Crow that we'll be getting to in a moment here. Because once we get to the next little section, we are going to be introduced to guns more as a resource. By the way, there are some times here that you may notice I'm kind of like wiggling around in terms of movement. There's like, I guess it's hitbox issues. Like in that pier there, you'll bonk into a wall, so you have to just like move out of the way. Alrighty, so now we're on the boat. The boat is going to be the first real section. We're going to be having guns. Guns in this game are actually really strong. They're also really lethal. It's kind of weird in this game because the best strategy with guns is crouching. Enemies have guns, and we're just going to pop them. We're going to swap our aim and pop. So the idea behind this is, also, don't you just love the guns exploding every single time someone falls down?
Yeah.
Guns are strong on both sides, so enemies can use guns, we can also use guns. Ideally, we want to use the guns more than the enemies. However, if enemies have guns and we don't, there is a strat. Oh, my gun exploded. It's gone. I got thrown to the ground and immediately exploded. It's not the end of the world to lose that gun. We got a good few kills there, but the big thing is that as we fight enemies that have guns, I might die. So in order to avoid that, the rock, paper, scissors is if someone's shooting a gun at you, you just crouch down because they can't hit you. However, melee attacks are really good against crouching. So you can't crouch against people who are meleeing you unless, like, you know, you're trying to get them in range. And then lastly, if you try meleeing someone with a gun, it's not going to end well for you. Alright, there we go. The camera just jumped like 3 times without me moving, by the way. Alright, that's currently doing some good damage. I do want to be careful. Let's see. Hopefully they'll drop some health. Alright, nothing dropped. That's unfortunate, but we'll probably be fine. Anyway, here's a fun skip. All these boxes explode. So, we're just going to flip over them.
Whenever the boxes explode, just flip over.
Yep. If you try grabbing the box, throwing them, they blow up immediately. And speaking of blowing up, there's a grenade launcher right here, a missile launcher. I don't really know what exactly it is. I just know that, well, hold on. Well, it's gone now. We had it there. Luckily, there is another one. We might not need it. Let's see here. Oh, he picked it up. Well, hopefully I don't die. Let's see. Oh, we, okay. Well, that's,
there you go.
That's there. Yep. All right, that's about expected. One moment, let me just type this in, and we are on boat. Continue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 1, 2, 3, up. All right, cool. Like I said, this game has a lot of fun things. So sometimes you will immediately die. This should throw me, I think, on... Cool, it throws me directly on the boat. Luckily, the checkpoints are pretty generous for the actual, like, you know, codes, level codes. Explosions can be really fun, by the way, because I kind of mentioned this, but damage is kind of randomized.
Mm-hmm.
So, sometimes when you blow up, you'll take no hits. I don't know why this is. You can blow up and it'll do, like, no damage. Other times you'll blow up and it will take out a full bar. It's really rough, and the big thing is to avoid, total explosions, I suppose. Also, this guy is just... My god, he did it again. Alright, let's hope this fight goes better this time. Let them come to me, just lariat, hopefully get some good hits. This is also why it's a 1:15 estimate and not a 1 hour like flat or something. You can beat the game, honestly, I feel like you can probably get like a 40 and everything went perfectly. However,
Wow.
it's probably not going to.
No, yeah, it seems unreasonable.
Also, it's getting asked in chat more, so I'll reiterate, the long necks are a mode called Giraffe mode that makes everyone have long necks. This is just what Los Angeles is like. I don't know if you've ever been, but everyone has long necks out here.
Yeah, can't confirm. Everyone is just like, they got an extra 2 feet on there, at least.
Alright, we're getting good damage. I'm kind of just hoping we're getting the damage. Alright, there we go. I can barely see. We do get health. Nice. Okay, now we're back to where we were. Hopefully the boss fight's gonna give us some good luck as we go. Because there is bosses in this game, and they're about as charming as you expect them to be. Alright, this time, how about I actually... Okay. Well, at least he died.
Yeah, that time he died at least, and the other one didn't pick it up.
Yeah, so this is the one right here. Like, it's the backup. Please grab that. Thank you. Funny enough, we don't actually want to use this gun just yet. We want to save this for as long as we can, because there's going to be a more dangerous section coming up. Alright, cool. I was kind of really... Well, it's fine that we don't have it. They are really knocking me down today. How about I just... Get out of here.
Ooh, the shove.
Okay. Luckily, we don't need that gun. It's nice, but... you know what? Sure, I will take... Okay, why not? Sometimes they'll do that where they just sort of blow themselves up. Sometimes it works with you, sometimes it doesn't. So the grenade would, or the missile launcher would have been nice for this one enemy. It's not the end of the world. We can just walk up to him and it's not going to be so bad. We'll be able to hopefully see later how strong the rocket launcher is. I don't know, a missile launcher. I don't know why there's just a missile launcher lying on a random dock. But also, this is the, I guess, I don't know what we're over. It's a pit of acid? Anyway, here's a fun mechanic. We're going to be shimmying across this. This is the only time in the game this mechanic comes up. If you're looking, you may notice there is very small lightning bolts traveling across this. If you get hit by them, they damage you. There's also a point where you literally can't dodge it because they intersect. So we're just going to eat the hit. It is really hard to actually see which one is on which. So, yeah. Hopefully...
I was struggling, like, squinting my eyes out here, trying to figure out which track it's on.
By the way, that is the only time in the game this puzzle comes up. That will never happen again.
Okay. Sure, game.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so he's hitting us with a pistol he grabbed. Enemies, if you get close to them, don't really know how to react, so that worked out for us. And also, his gun just exploded. I'm trying to think of what part of Los Angeles is meant to be, because I don't know a lot of just vats of acid lying around. But
yeah, no. I've been in LA.
The beaches, I guess, because there's boats.
Yeah, I cannot say that I have seen just acid everywhere. Really anywhere. I'll give him that one.
Alright, so this is one of the big sections for combat. Honestly, at this point, you wouldn't have the missile launcher anyway, so it's normally just getting some sweet lariats in here. Hopefully we'll have a gun coming up in the next little screen. That should go pretty well for us as long as don't have some bad engagements. Different types of guns are going to have different strategies, so we'll talk more about that as we go. But hopefully these guys will cooperate. I also want to make sure I'm not leaving this area with too little health. You do want to have all the health for the upcoming boss, because a boss will be coming up shortly. It looks like we are almost good. That guy just spawned in. Is he the last one? He might be. Nope, there's another one. In case you're wondering, by the way, is there a way of knowing how many enemies to kill? Honestly, I just kill until they're done, and then I look at the little crows, and I'm like, oh, hey, we're ready to go. Just because, yeah. I'm pretty sure it is a set amount of enemies, but I usually just assume they're going to funnel into me.
Now, here's a question. I was going to ask a question here.
Yep.
Does the crow have superpowers? Like what?
Yes.
like what does the crow do? Does it like I don't really know.
I'm pretty sure it's just being able to fight and be like stealthy, and I think it's also being undying, which is weird because you can die in this game. It's meant to be like a spirit of vengeance, but I think it just makes you fight better.
Oh, okay. So just get generally a little beefier. Got it.
Yeah.
And can't die, which is a pretty good one, I guess.
You also get really cool makeup.
Yeah. Very
that's why everyone calls you Clown Face in this game.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's see here. There we go. Okay. So, shotgun's gonna be right here. Shotgun's the new type of gun. The strategy here is let them come right up to you and just pop. It's actually pretty effective. Oh, he threw a knife at me, by the way. He just...
Rude.
It's the greatest strategy. You just wait. Crouching crow hidden shotgun or something, right? That guy has a gun? I have a gun. It exploded. It's like Akuting Hunger Force, where everything that hits the ground just blows up.
Somebody said that in chat earlier, actually.
Perfect. Alright, so this screen actually has no guns, and luckily enough, you can actually carry your gun forward as long as you don't lose it. I think they actually try to hit me. So, weird thing about this game as well, and it's going to be really, really odd. You can't take any weapons into boss fights. So, I know what you're thinking, oh, what if you just don't use the gun, like, all the time? What if you actually save bullets? Your gun would just disappear.
One way.
So you can't choose the boss fight with the gun. In fact, boss fights, after the screen, we're going to be hitting our first one. We're going to be learning something really fun about them. Because boss fights are awkward? That's the best way I can put it. They're awkward. Anyway, here's Spider Monkey. He's a guy, and boss fights disable your ability to sprint or run. But they give you new attacks that are like stun kicks. Bosses also have really awkward attacks, and they deal varying amounts of damage. Which, it really depends. You also do varying amounts of damage to the boss. So what does that mean? It means you attack, and you hope that your kicks start connecting. I did a quarter of that guy's health in one kick. I did half, like another quarter. I think my first 3 kicks did no damage. This is kind of why I was mentioning it's not easy to come up with an estimate for the crow. That kick did 0 damage. This is also the camera angle unless you want to move more forward. You can knock them down and step on them. It does okay damage. But before I let you talk one thing really quick. This fight was like middle schoolers fighting where they're both just hitting the air repeatedly and hoping it lands.
That's exactly it. I was trying to figure out what is so recognizable about this fighting. It's exactly that.
It's like The Simpsons, like, oh, I'm going to do this with my legs. And if it, if it hits you, it's on you. By the way, we killed them. And there we go. That's the first boss down.
Woo!
Alrighty, so now we're going to be entering the second hub. We're going to be entering, this is like the graveyard church area. And this is going to be hilarious because we're going to introduce new mechanics. You see all these crystal skulls on the ground? If you're wondering what they are, they're grenades. So,
of course.
Yeah, also, a guy's gonna spawn on the right here. I actually kind of wish I beat him to the punch, but he had a grenade launcher. By the way, missile launcher enemies are the worst in the game because they are the only people with guns that will decide to fire at point blank. When of all people with guns, they should not be firing at point blank. Like, shotgun enemies, if you're too close, they'll just hit you with a shotgun because their AI wants to melee you. Missile enemies always prioritize shooting, even if it will kill them. It's really bad as well because it will lose like a whole bar of health with no fault of your own. You just, oh, you're standing in the wrong spot? Death. But yeah, my favorite thing about the crow though is very people tell me about certain games being bad. I play a lot of bad games. Like this year, I played what? Or not this year. Last year I played Gollum. I played Kong. I played Walking Dead Destinies. I sped around a few of those games. They're all like Citizen Kane in comparison to the crow. Anyway, you see all these Molotovs? They're explosives. You see that guy? He's an explosive. That will always happen. I don't think I've ever avoided the grab. I'm pretty much expecting to lose a bar of health here. Everything just is ready to kind of blow up in this universe.
Yeah, it's so combustible.
All right, where's the guy? All right, there he is. Is he going for the Molotov? I think he was. But yeah, it's kind of funny because this game has a weirdly intricate system. I even read at one point that apparently there's like a special move you can do. I have never been able to do it because I don't know how it activates, and there's so many things wrong with this game. Even more so, you may have noticed something because, you know, you look at the layout and you kind of wonder, oh, what are the decisions here? There's a crow in the top middle, as you can see. That crow just randomly caws. From what I was able to look up about this game, it happens when you take too long. And that crow starts cawing in the top middle. Apparently all the enemies in the arena power up. Which, why is that a thing?
Yeah, it's like they want you to speedrun this game.
Anyway, that guy has a missile launcher. I'm going to want to make sure I get, Oh, my gun's gone. I had a shotgun. It's gone. Luckily, I can get rid of his gun, too. Come here. Yeah, grenade launchers aren't very fun. If I had that shotgun, would have been nice, but we'll make it work. There should be a gun coming up. There we go. Oh, some of the boss fights can be even better as we go. That's the best part of this game, I should say. Because we have more boss fights, and they're all going to have their own unique strats. All right, I got the gun. Oh, never mind. The gun is now gone.
Bye, gun.
I'm getting a lot of knockdowns. I have no idea what this guy is doing, but, okay. Enemies can hit each other as an upside as well, so if you're having some issues with guys with guns, a guy in front of you, if guys in front of you, you can get away with that. Also, let's try this out. Alright, there we go. A nice flip maneuver. It's kind of good to bypass a bullet, minimize the damage a little bit, and we can, you know, survive ranged combat. Which kind of going... Oh, wait, he has a gun. This is going to be risky. That's actually fine. I like how that didn't really do any actual damage. Where... What are we clipped on? Okay, there we go.
All right.
It just works. There we go. I'm sure it's gonna headbutt him to death. Alright. I got my kicks back. This has been one of the most awkward runs of this game I think I've ever had.
Perfect then.
Yeah, I love it, right?
Show it was on. Yeah.
Oh, missed the kick. Got him. Yeah, it's kind of weird because the straightforward kick you think would be a lot stronger than it is, considering it's like, oh, maybe you can get more range. It doesn't really work half the time. Now they're just moving. Oh my god. Is he good?
Maybe.
Oh, wait, what is he doing? There he... Oh my god.
All right.
Okay.
Woo.
Don't you love the graphical design of this game?
The prowess.
Absolutely. Anyway, right now, we are now in the next little area. We're now introduced to new enemies. These are the gangs of LA. Now, if you're wondering, when you think of gangs, you probably think of some like kind of... They have probably like a threatening symbol, right? That's gonna be their icon to intimidate fear into the citizens all around.
Sure.
Guess what their gang logo is?
A butterfly.
You know, that's actually a closer guess than you think. So we're gonna see a guy coming up. It's a power symbol. It's just the power button. They just have that on their shirts. It's just hey, look, there it is. Just
nothing shows you have power by putting the power button on.
Yep. Other guys just have claws on their backs, and that's this set of enemies. They're just walking around with power buttons on their back.
Yeah. They're just nerds secretly.
Also, the weapons here, I can just pick one up to show you. It's a human arm. Nice. It just works like a bat.
On your knees.
But, like, this is why we don't use them, because you're almost never going to hit anything. And it's kind of weird, because you imagine, oh, maybe there's better attacks than the kick. Nope. The best attack is kicking. Because in most cases, you're not ever going to be actually in range. If you're in range, the weapons are actually kind of decent. The problem is they're almost never in range. Outside of guns.
your knees.
Okay. Doing solid so far. The next couple of rooms are going to be a little bit more lethal. Luckily, we did get the next checkpoint with the one we had there. That last room was kind of the start of... I think this area is called the Tomb or the Graveyard. One of the two. It's either Tomb or Graveyard. And then this is one of the most awkward rooms in the game right here because you can't run directly into that. You have to like run right and then go forward.
On your knees.
It's really dumb. Oh, I got knocked down. Okay, let's see here. Good, got the health. I get another one, that's gonna be kind of nice. Only have the one, it's fine. Wait, he's not dead? I thought he... Wait. I have like a sliver of health. Alright, there we go. Well, I guess... Okay, it worked out.
Alright.
Yeah, it's like you have to run like right, and then you like just go in from there. And then you like... you even saw him, he like was walking into the wall. Anyway, this is now going to be a gun section. I want to make sure I take out this one first. Machine guns, by the way, they will always fire exactly as I fired there, which is really weird because it's going to be this weird, like, cone-like firing. Oh, he actually beat me. Oh, I got baited.
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
Tricked you.
That strategy is always that. Just... Is he good? Actually, can I pick up this gun? Got it. What? Wait, what? Okay, you know what? We'll be fine. We're in kicking range. Just kick him to death.
Nice.
Oh, gun. Cool. Luckily, we don't need that gun anyway. There is a rocket down here. Also, you can just throw the gun if you want.
Whoa.
Yeah, so now he actually can use the missile launcher. This is kind of why I wanted to do it earlier. It is a very effective weapon. It also is a homing missile. The only downside is if you use it at all close to you, the AoE will knock you down, and it will do exactly what you expect it to do. So I actually kind of want to get rid of this, because there's a pistol right here. Also, just explodes. Alright, that's a lot better. We're getting health back. You know what? It's working out. Also, there's like black squares on the ground. That's ammo. So, guns have a hidden ammo counter. Also, the gun just exploded. If a gun ever touches the ground, it immediately blows up. And now we're in the church. So, I'll say right now, for anyone who's ever tried to stomach this game or play it, this is the part of the game where you probably quit. By the way, there's a guy with a rocket launcher, and I may have just messed up because it's fine. You know what? I'm proud of him.
That's all he ever wanted to hear.
You know, I don't think I've even dealt damage this round. I think it's been all them.
There we go.
Stay in range, stay in range. The most deadly enemy in the game is right here, by the way. Any enemy that gets a machine gun is the priority target. Pistols are strong, however, they are not the worst weapon to go against. Shotguns are actually pretty easy to maneuver because they want to get in range. And then grenade launchers are, you know, the rough, but you kind of expect it. But machine guns have the most potential to just 100-0 you. And they're also the priority weapon that we want to go for. I'm being very careful right now because I do want to make sure that the enemies are staying in vision. Some of them do spawn in with guns, and the ones that do... That one did. Oh, got my gun. Ooh. It's fine.
Decked.
It should be fine here. We just have to turn around. Alright, cool. We're good. Whoa! Both of my guns. Okay, hold on. This actually went really risky, too. We might be eating a continue. If we do, it's not the end of the world. We'll make it work. But I think I might be able to make this work without having to continue. We're going to try our best here. So the big reason why is because we're hitting one of the hardest mechanics in this game as weird as that sounds. Oh, dead. I had a feeling, that's fine. We are on the church. I kind of prefer eating a death there, just because there's a section where every time you mess up during that, what will happen is, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, Every time you eat a death, or every time you fail an upcoming section, what will happen is you lose an entire bar of health. So I'd rather have all of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, this time, how about I get closer to... There we go. Hit him. Okay, this is much better this time.
Let's go.
Yep, I have the backup gun, I got the gun there, and now I can just sort of play point defense. Where are they? Where are they?
Yeah, that is a great question. Oh, there's one right in front of you. Nice dodge backflip.
Alright, this is better. I'm gonna get rid of this gun in favor of the next one. Or maybe move more than, like... There we go. This is also why it's usually beneficial for the enemies to come to you. Because then you can kind of just counterattack, and it's gonna be a lot safer. I don't think they have guns. There we go. It should be full health. I really want to be full health leaving here. And wait, they didn't have guns that time. I'm not gonna question it. Sometimes they have guns, sometimes they don't. I stopped questioning this game a while back. I stopped questioning the moment I started running it. There's so many questions to ask. Anyway, we have a section here. It's actually pretty close quarters. Luckily, it's all melee hits, so it's not gonna be so bad. Having a gun here is actually really good, because that means you can kind of get the waves as they come. I'm hoping with how the early game of this run... Oh, out of ammo. You know what happens when we're out of ammo? That's right. You throw away the gun. Reloading's unheard of. You just have to throw the whole thing out.
Nope, just toss it. Who needs it?
Alright, let's see here. So, we're gonna have something really weird. After this round of fight, after the, these enemies right here, we're gonna be having a platforming section. This is a 3D tank-controlled beat-em-up. How do you think we're going to platform?
Not well.
I'll tell you right now, we have to cross the chandeliers.
Oh, boy. Oh, no. Maybe a swing? Yeah, is it swinging? Okay, yeah.
It is swinging. Do you guess what buttons I had to push to do that?
The triggers.
Good guess. So, in order to start, you hold up left, and then the moment you touch the chandelier, you have to let go of up left, and you have to push down triangle square. You have to do this for every single one. The moment you have the end of the chandelier swing, you have to hold up left again. If you hold at all the other buttons, you immediately fall down and lose a whole health state. It is needlessly complicated. There's nothing in the game that tells you to do this.
That is ridiculous. Like, that might be the weirdest controller composition
If you hold
I've ever
movement
heard.
during the chandelier swing, you fall down and immediately die. If you hold the grabbing during the actual, being in the air, you fall down and immediately die. You have to land 3 of them.
So silly.
I have no idea how I actually figured it out. I just started pushing buttons, I found one combination that worked, and now I can do it reliably. I'll say right now, that took a lot longer than I would have ever liked.
Sure.
And that is probably the part of the game where people stop playing.
Yeah, so how would you even, no part of that is intuitive. You just have to, press every button.
Yep. I think the idea behind it is that it might even just be triangle, but, I don't even chance it anymore. I just push down triangle square because I don't question it.
Sure.
And it works for me. Alright, now we're having our next boss. This is another one of those boss fights. We lose the ability to run. The name of this boss, according to the back of the box, is the Ninjutsu Death Bitch.
Okay, that's a name.
Her power is that she's invisible. By the way, and we don't move forward, this will be the camera angle for the whole fight. Oh, we get it. We get a good angle. Okay. Her mechanics she's actually a little bit easier than Spider Monkey. Spider Monkey has this weird attack where he'll do footsies in your face. Meanwhile, with her, her gimmick is that she's invisible, but that doesn't prevent her from just walking into you.
Yeah,
so
why would it?
Yeah, we're just gonna bump her until she dies, hopefully.
I like the implication that when she goes invisible, she's also you could just like hit through her as well somehow.
Yep.
She just like leaves this plane of existence for a second.
I like how she's. Oh, okay. The hits don't know what they're doing, and I don't know what I'm doing either this game half the time. She's just kind of vibing out now. Oh, she got a kickoff.
Okay.
Come on, give me one good angle here. Come on. It's like a fly. There she is. Okay, it might be better. All right, this might be a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting some damage off. We might keep this. By the way, in case you're wondering, what's the best strat for combat? Find a chain of hits that will hit them, and then keep doing it. Oh, she just exploded. Oh, all right, that works.
All right. Yeah.
All right, that's the second hub. We're now entering the third major area. Day O' Dead. This is the hardest level in the game. If it goes really bad, I'll say right now, we can use the code and just, bypass the whole thing. This is where runs go to die. For instance, I'll say right now, when I got world record, I think it was the other day while derusting this, I did it because I had my first Day O' Dead that was deathless. Doing this section deathless is ridiculous. Anyway, the idea behind it is this is a massive hub that has enemies spawning, like, they keep swapping sides. Now, some of the enemies spawn with guns, but more importantly, there's guns littered all over the field. So, if you do not manage the guns, they will manage you. By the way, they both got grenade launchers. What? Remember how I talked about this run has kind of been a little bit scuffed? Alright, cool. So the big strategy is just make sure that you use more of the ammo pickups and less of the guns. You want to use the guns for a brief moment just so you can get rid of the guns. It's kind of funny that you're not using the guns to actually... You're more just using them so they can't use them. Also, that guy just killed his friend. You know what? Thanks, lad. I'm very proud of you. There's a gun right here. I'm very glad it's not been taken. This is going to be my ultimate point defense because I do not want them grabbing this gun. This is normally where I play around. Because if I need an extra gun, I can use this one, and this is the one most likely to mess with you. I tried farming them in this area, because this area is going to be pretty safe at what the camera angle wants me to do. A lot of the other games' camera angles, as you can imagine, are what you expect.
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely say that I think the first hub of Day O' Dead is probably the meanest one. Also, they may have spawned behind me. Just making sure. Good. Yep.
Oh, good check.
Yeah, they tend to have pretty consistent spawns, luckily. Like, this is the one level of the game I've probably labbed the most. Which is kind of funny, because I think I died to, like, a stray explosion earlier on accident. But right now, I'm not too worried here at the moment, because this is the section that's like, okay, this is where runs go to die.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of funny for speedrunning, where some of the harder sections of the games tend to go better because you practice them a lot more. Also, this guy's a shotgun.
Showtime.
Good. I think that might be done. And it is. All right, good. Day O' Dead number 1. We saw a few other hubs. Second one, I'll call them screens. Second screen's a little bit easier. But that's actually really clean for number 1. I'm also leaving with about 2.5 bars of health. I'll get more health in a moment. The last real major one I'm worried about is the third one, I think, or the third or fourth one. It's going to be a large open area that has grenade enemies, or missile enemies, I should say. It's kind of funny because this area has, like, one of the easiest rooms in the game where they're just regular dudes who aren't going to do anything to you. Also, I guess plot-wise, everyone talking about the plot of this game, we kind of just been murdering, again, we're murdering everyone in Los Angeles. I think the plot of this game is that you walked into a cult, like, doing something, and then they didn't like that you walked in, so they killed you. So now you're infiltrating their hubs and getting revenge. So you're killing cult members to get to the leaders. But early game, it was just killing random bikers. Kind of the whole, like, the Terminator, I need your boots, your clothes, and your motorcycle thing. Alright, good call. This is gonna fire at me. This game is also a weird game of chicken, as strange as that sounds for the crow, I suppose. Because on the one hand, some enemies you would want to get the jump on the gun of them to where you can shoot earlier. But on the other hand, especially with machine gun enemies, it becomes whoever shoots first loses. Alright, I think we're good. If I see the crow, that's going to be ideal. There it is. Alright, we're going to get rid of this gun. We're going to be taking the shotgun next. Also, this is like a switch. It's really weird. Because like every other area in the game is like, oh, just walk to the next area. This one's, alright, there's a one button on the ground.
It looked like a carpet swath. Like just a little carpet square.
A little bit. Also, this guy's a shot. Oh, don't. All right, walk up to me, buddy. Walk up to me. Clean. Shotgun's really nice in close quarters. Also, in terms of gun, it's just kind of a matter of preference. Shotgun's really nice because, especially with the close range, I can just sort of pop.
I'm never gonna get over like throws gun, here's explosion.
Oh, the best part about the strategy too is the fact that we do it as a result of what's the word? It's just the ammo refresh. Oh, I'm out of ammo? Done.
Chuck.
That guy's gone. I think I can get him, but there's a wall in the way. Alright, this is a little bit awkward. Oh, alright, we're gonna play this really... Oh, you know what? Never mind. Okay, he's... You know what? Sometimes we take those. Although he is currently... Alright, there we go. Yeah, this game also has a weird thing where enemies can kind of bypass walls while you don't get the joy sometimes. Also... Alright, he's coming up to me. Also, another reason why crouching's so effective against guns in this game is because of the way the AIs are made. I'm pretty sure the idea is that if you're crouching, they know the gun can't hit you, so they're trying to knock you out. Because, you know, if they melee you while you're getting crouch, what's going to happen instead is they'll knock you down, and then you get stunned, and then they can step on you. So that's why they want to approach you, but also if you start standing up after they get close enough, they want to melee you, because like, oh, I'm in melee range, I probably want to hit them. As well, you straight up can't fire the gun when you're too close. The same applies to us, too. That's actually why I have a weird spacing. Like, I'm not getting this close to enemies whenever I'm shooting the gun. Because if you get too close, it will force you to actually just smack them with the gun. Which, it will break the gun. The game, you'll have moments where you can actually use, like, a shotgun and you can break it over someone's head. It's a little bit dumb, but you can do it. All the giraffe mode is due to a cheat code that is really goofy. It's kind of like DK mode. It's entirely cosmetic. So it's truly just a great design choice, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Alright, there he is.
Showtime.
Day of the Dead's also kind of nice for a level because this level is really front-ended. So you pass, like, rooms 1 and 3, you're probably fine. Also, that guy is just doing the moves. Hey, you okay there, lad? Alright,
there we
okay.
go.
He just felt like it, I guess. Okay. What a guy. Alright, now it is time for the boss fight. We are now in the club. This boss fight is weird. Mainly because, like, this is... I don't know what his actual gimmick is.
Yeah.
He's weirdly easier than the other two. Because, like, every boss has gimmicks, and the more we go later, they'll continue to have gimmicks. And late game is actually really dumb, too. But this guy just sort of exists. Alright, hopefully we'll get some good hits. 1, 2, alright, come on. He just walked into 5 hits. Oh, I love the fact that it also... What? I guess he went under me and I went over him, but... Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about. The game just decides, alright, yeah, you hit him 5 times. You can have all 5. Oh, you hit him only once. So then you just hear all 5 sound effects happen at once. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They're almost down. We're just saying bruh repeatedly while just getting them. And down. All right, that was a good level. Day of Dead Deathless, by the way. That made up for any deaths I took earlier. That was actually really good because that's where a lot of my estimate was banking on.
Let's go. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, now we're in the club. The club is another weirdly easy level for where it is. Like, we're really endgamed right now, and they immediately give you good guns, and the enemies will never pick them up. Like, enemies don't spawn with guns in this level, so you can just keep them almost the entire time. And, the best part about this is that enemies will barely be having guns as we proceed through the level. There's like 1 or 2 screens where they will have guns, and anything else they can pick up. But this guy's not even moving. Like, he's literally not moving. He's just... You okay, pal? Well, he's dead now, but he was okay for a moment.
Okay.
Anyway, really quick, I'm actually going to get rid of that. We're going to be taking the shotgun. I really do like the shotgun. It is quite nice of a weapon. And now we're going to be entering the actual club. Which I don't know what kind of club this is. They'd have like giant vats of like yellow?
Killer.
Like, I don't know what that's meant to actually be. Like, this is a bar. This isn't like...
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, is it... I don't know. Is it? Is the implication that whatever is in those glowy barrels, is that what people are drinking at this bar? Because that's scary.
Maybe it is.
Like, I don't know. I can't tell with this game.
Either way, at this point, one of the upsides is that every enemy is only going to have bats and knives. All the... Where are they? There he... Okay, there he is. I was like, where are they? Where are they at? They're not showing up. I gotta show up to work today. There you are. Oh, I'm currently out of ammo. So, you can actually hit them with the shotgun itself. And the shotgun will break over heads if you do it. It just shattered. It didn't explode, it just turned into, like, dust.
Of course.
Alright, he's dead.
Killer.
Alrighty, got a couple more enemies here. I probably could have kept the machine gun now I think about it. It probably would have had more ammo. I honestly thought the shotgun would have had more ammo, but I think I said I did clear the whole rooms earlier. No, it's fine, actually, I think about it. They've been playing good. These are just having some weird spawn-in issues. Alright, we're now on the upper floor of the bar. There's a bunch of beer bottles. There's also, like, the bartender and junkie enemies from the very beginning of the game. Which, they just throw things at you. I mean, I don't even know what their deal is at this point. They're just, like, bar dwellers. Like, what do they do?
Who knows?
They had, they hung out at the wrong bar, I guess. So then the crow has to kick them to death. Also, these guys remind me of, like, members of, like, every ska band with, like, the jean shorts and, like, the... What? Like, it's the shirt.
Yeah, you just interrupted their mosh pit.
Maybe that's the case. We wanted to listen to Depeche Mode, and they're playing, like, Real Big Fish. Alright, up we go. The next screen will actually have a bit more risk. There's gonna be a gun up top. Hopefully we won't get gunned down. I do believe we also get a gun immediately, though. So the best strategy here, we're just gonna wait. Hopefully they'll approach me, and then... The cone effect's actually really good, because you can eliminate all the guns in the arena. By the way, it took me an absurd amount of time to actually lab all of this out. The funniest part about this is not the fact that, like, I know people watch a lot of awful games. I just want to have a consider the following for anyone who does speedruns or watches speedruns. I spent a lot of time having to work out every single room in the Crow and find combat strategies that made it work. because before I ran this, there was not a single speedrun in existence. Why? Because this game is delightful.
It's this. Yeah. It's what you're seeing on the screen right now.
Yeah, and figuring out what attacks work, what areas have guns, what enemies are going to be a problem. That took a lot of surprising work. Which, I guess what I'm saying is, don't let people not running a game stop you from doing a game if you kind of feel like it. But also, it's more the fact that I have spent way too much time playing an obscure PS1 Crow game that came out in 1997 based on the Not Good movie. Anyway, here's a fun strategy. There is no other way of avoiding this. So what I'll be doing is I'll be turning around and flipping. The idea behind this is he's gonna fire a rocket at me, and this hopefully will lead to me dodging it. I actually dodged it. So usually what will happen is you'll get hit, and then it'll be knocked into range. Either way, it worked out. The gimmick here is he has a guitar. This fires rockets, as all guitars apparently do. Once you get into melee range, he just kind of attacks you normally. So, yeah, at this point, boss fight, hopefully, although I'm not getting any lariats, so, oh, back in action.
There we go.
Yeah, so fun fact, boss fights are now all explosive, in case you're wondering. How do you make the game more difficult? Everything explodes. It's all bombs. I think this is also meant to be like Iggy Pop. I don't know if he can actually do that. Like, I think it's an actual like
Iggy Pop vibes, yeah.
Yeah, I think in the movie they actually did get Iggy Pop to like be this character. So maybe he specifically can fire rockets. I have no idea if they got the character likeness, and I honestly don't know if they got any of the character licenses. I've seen some PS1 games that do. I don't know if this one did.
Oh, there's your blinking crow.
Realistically, it all ends the same. We're just gonna bump him until he dies, and he should be dead in a moment here. All right, good fight. And his guitar exploded.
Of course it did.
I think there's also a crow telling you where to go, but then it's like, oh, it doesn't really matter because we already know where to go. Like, it's just gonna teleport me out of here anyway. Alrighty, so fun fact, you get to see non-long neck mode. The reason why, this is Tower. I have no idea why this is. I am playing, hold on one moment. Giraffe mode. I have to disable it. Alright, and then we're on Tower. So, this is the only level in the game that if you have Giraffe mode on, I don't know why, it crashes the game. On PS, like I'm playing on a PS2. My PS2 straight up freezes if I have Giraffe mode on for this one level.
Becomes too much to handle. It's just too much power in the neck.
I think it's more, yeah, pretty much honestly. I think it's because more enemies spawn and there is only one particular background. Because I think this game has, what is that thing called? It's pre-rendered backgrounds. A lot of like RE games used it. This game has that, and one of the screens here just has a lot going on in the background, and it's like right, also show like this one. So when you have Giraffe mode going on, I think it is too much for the game to handle, so it just kind of crashes. So, funny enough, this is why running Giraffe mode, it doesn't actually save you time, it actively loses you time. The reason why is because you have to, at this level, you'll have to quit the menu and then re-log into everything, or yeah, reload everything, because otherwise you just don't get to play the game. It's my hat. There we go. Which is kind of unfortunate. I would like to have Giraffe mode be the whole game, but this is the one level that has to be turned off. Which at this point, you're all the way at the end of the cult. Like, these are the actual, like, straight up, like, the leader of the cults. Like, the top cult ranking members or something. There we go. They still have guns.
Worship.
Strategy is pretty similar to how it's been. Let them approach me. We're gonna pop them. There's gonna be some really risky room with the cult members that we're gonna be careful of. However, this run's actually going pretty good. Like, I definitely don't think we're gonna be getting world record because we had a couple of deaths. However, I do think we're gonna be decently under the 115.
Oh, that's good news.
Like right now we're at like what, 57, 58?
Yeah, 50. Yeah, just at 57 right now.
Yeah, we should be good. Because right now we have maybe just a few areas left. This is like the final hub of the game. It's a little bit long, so we're not like immediately at the end, but we're at the we're enough to where I'm less worried. Like Day of Dead is definitely the big level that's the roadblock for a lot of run. I'll say a lot of people, and I was like, wait, there's like 2 runners in this game.
Yeah, so many people.
All 2 of them. By the way, if you want to get world record, if you buy this game and play it, I watch my video, use this. I upload. I have one on my YouTube. Me running this game. Watch that. Watch this run. If you're watching this on YouTube, just buying the game and being able to beat it immediately puts you in contention. I'll even give you a hint. Don't use Giraffe mode. Putting on Giraffe mode loses probably a good minute of time from having to input the code. So you can beat it. Also, the other problem is the RNG damage values. Some enemies immediately die with kicks, and in theory, if you were to get more of those, you'd be able to save a lot more time. By the way, I don't think I picked up a gun I could have used, but it's not the end of the world.
Worship.
The only difference is I'm going to have to take out this guy. There's a rocket launcher I could have grabbed. It can actually take out both of them pretty well, but oh, hold on.
Oh,
hold on. I didn't realize I was out of ammo. Flip. Hit him. Can I just toss him? You know what? We'll just play it nice and steady. All right, he's dead. Luckily for us, there's another shotgun, but I did actually want to save this for ammo. We're also going to be entering one of the harder rooms of the game. You know what? Conception, I think you've learned a lot of the crows so far. What do you think is going to be in one of the hardest rooms in the game?
Oh, geez, one of the hardest rooms in the game. It's definitely got to contain a dog. There's a dog in there.
You know what? It just might. But we'll see in a moment here.
I feel like cats also don't like crows, famously. They don't like birds. They attack birds, you know.
There we go. Okay, I was like
speculating.
I was like stuck in the wall. Anyway, in case you're wondering, it's explosives. The answer is always explosives.
I learned nothing.
There's gonna be like 5 grenade launchers in that room, and everyone's going to have them. There's also going to be a staff in that room. That staff is also a grenade launcher. So the way I made this work. Also, there's a guy who's literally just bombs. So the big thing right now is I want to make sure that I can grab this staff. This is how you win the level.
Oh my gosh.
I might actually die.
Yeah, you're just... Oh.
Judah.
Wait. Get this one, we're good. Get this one, we're good.
Alright, a little health there. A little health action. There we go.
I'm holding it. As long as that staff doesn't get touched, we're fine. Because that staff is also a grenade launcher. I wasn't kidding. So there was the explosive guy, there were 3 grenade launchers, and then the staff. There actually were straight up 5. I don't care that my grenade launcher's gone. I just literally grabbed it so they can't have it.
Yes.
Being able to deny a weapon is much more important than sometimes using it. By the way, I don't want to use it because I'm pretty sure it would just kill me straight up. Also, you don't have to worry too much about health. We actually already beat the tower. We are now good. We are now going into Borderland. However, before we go officially into Borderland, we're really close to the end of the game here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Before we go into Borderland, though, I actually need to quit the game. Because we are missing something.
Oh, there is a significant absence of neck.
Exactly. Anyway, it is... And then Borderland. Alright. And now we are on the final boss of the game. There's going to be 2 more levels. Both of them are kind of parts of the final boss. Part 1. You're in the Borderland, which is like the underworld. This guy named Judah has taken your powers and is summoning skeletons to fight you. The skeletons are basic combat. However, whenever they die, they explode. This explosion can do 1 whole bar of health if you're in the wrong spot.
Lovely.
It kind of looks like a Mortal Kombat vibe, by the way. If, you know, they decided that the fight should barely be on the screen.
Yeah, without the good camera.
Also, like I mentioned, in case you're wondering, how do you avoid damage here? It just happens. The first one was directly on top of me, it did no damage. The second one was decently far away, and it did, like, part of my health. That did, like, a quarter of my health, because I just existed. There's not really a whole lot to avoid damage that isn't hope for the best. Yeah. Even worse, it doesn't matter what kick you do, the enemy will randomly go flying when you kick them. So, like, in theory, there's, like, other kicks. Like, you can try a straight-on kick. Like, you can try different kicks. None of them matter. Absolutely none of them ever matter. They all just sort of decide, I'm going one way or another. Alright, should almost be done. Hopefully I don't get 100 to 0'd by this guy. Alright, Judah just blows himself up, and now we're out of Borderland. And now we're on the final boss. Judah has taken the power of the crow, and we must stop him. We also have our final boss music. Alright, so Judah, as you can imagine, has the ability to fire rockets out of his hands. I already did a lot of damage to Judah. I was not expecting that. Normally I have a little cheese strat I do for him. But it's going... Oh, okay, I like how I threw the kick, but I fell down. Okay. Time will be coming up once Judah dies. Funny enough, the strat I normally want to do is I want to kick him forward and get him stuck on, like, kind of a wall. Because this is the only time in the game where I figured that punching is actually kind of good. Mainly because it prevents him from attacking too much. However, you need to get him stuck into a wall in order to get it. Judah actually does a lot of damage with some of his attacks, especially if you let him get the rocket off. He's landing a lot of hits here. Also, in case you're wondering, how am I doing these special kicks? I don't know. Sometimes the game just decides to do that. If you're wondering, have I been planning these out? No, I've been holding the lariat button the whole game. In fact, let me show you the wicked combat options. I haven't really shown you yet.
So wicked. That's how gamers do it.
Anyway, time's coming up, and time. Woo. GG. We're gonna watch the cutscene here. I have one more thing to show you. What time do we get?
We got a 104.23.
You know, I probably lowered the estimate down to a 110. I love the ending here, by the way, because Judah is just, like, hoggying out. Like, look at his face. The man's opening his mouth wide.
Yep. Oh, and then we get a nice pre-rendered. Let's go.
I believe in a place.
Although their neck's kind of, like, jutting back down somehow.
By sadness, they can't enter heaven, so they wait. Trapped between our
what a game.
And the next.
Absolute game.
To end their
and then he just walks away.
Somehow.
Walks away into some golden void.
Funny enough, that screen is the exact game over screen, so no matter what you do, you end up in that. But yes, that was the Crow City of Angels. It is certainly a game. Before we go, I do want to show you one more thing, because
sure.
If you thought the DLC was goofy, or not the DLC,
this game is DLC. Wow.
I'm so used to modern gaming with DLC, but no, the cheat codes. Here's another one. This is called Stickman mode. Also, you can watch a cutscene really quick just to see how goofy it is.
You're wasting your breath, Angelito. There's nobody up there listening. Flowers for the dead, senor? No? Suit yourself then.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and like they recorded them killing you, and like there's a bunch of scenes like that throughout the whole game where they just mock you, and then he mocks them back where he says like flowers for the dead, senor. Anyway, if you're wondering where did he go, the cheat I activated is called Stickman mode.
So
they just look like this.
With Giraffe too.
This is why we don't use this cheat, because it's really hard to see where he is.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's unusable, especially because this game is so dark in the backgrounds.
My favorite thing, by the way, is whenever he flips, it just look at his like neck. It just like it stays in place. So yeah, we don't use this cheat, but it's kind of fun to show off exactly once. By the way, yes, and some of you have been observant. It did stack with Giraffe mode. It stacks.
Thank gosh. Thank God it stacks. I mean, come on.
Anyway,
this is the ideal way to experience the game.
I really hope you all enjoy the Crow City of Angels. I'm very happy being able to show off this game. This game has kind of been my baby for a while. I felt honored being asked to put it on Awfully Silly. I love Awful Block. I love awful games. And this game is surely one of them. And I don't know if it's the most awful game you've ever seen, but it is probably one of the games you've ever seen. So,
it is pretty up there. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that definitively. It is pretty up there with some of the worst we've had on this show.
I'm definitely glad you liked it. I do a lot of horrible games and horror games on my own end. I do a lot of speedrunning. You can find me pretty much anywhere under the name Icdisis. I upload on YouTube, Twitch. I also be running at GDQ. I'll be running actually a good game. I'll be running a game called Clock Tower.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So that'll be a lot of fun there. And thank you again, Conception, for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for being here, showcasing this incredible achievement of video game making. I will see you at GDQ. I'll be there as well. And I hope I can see some of you in the chat at GDQ as well. Hopefully, we'll see you there in Pittsburgh. But for now, this has been the end of Awfully Silly. I hope you enjoyed. But great news. Hotfix content is not over for tonight. We have another show right after this, which is Out of Bounds. That's hosted by Kung Fu Fruit Cup. And if you're a Pokemon fan, I think you're going to want to stick around because we're going to be showcasing some of the more recent Pokemon additions to the Switch catalog. So that is going to be pretty fun. I'm going to be looking forward to that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching Awfully Silly. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.